Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of TRB Collectibles. My name's Tom and I will be your guide through this estate sale. But also, you've been out there estate sailing, yard sailing, thrift storing, and you're feeling it and you just want to keep going. Well, in this case, I couldn't find any more estate sales. So I thought, you know what? I haven't been thrifting in the longest time and I haven't brought any of you. So right after this, I headed to 2 different thrift stores. Stay tuned to see what I find. I really need to start counting all the pools I encounter at all these estate sales. Welcome to Rate the Restroom with Tom. Now this restroom is super plain. It is large in size, it does have a walk-in shower and a skylight, but there's really nothing unique about it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 1.5 out of 10. The one difference of this estate sale is that I've never shopped with this estate sale company before, so you always want to know a little bit more about each estate sale company, and their inventory is always changing, so it's always dependent on how they price things. And in this case, I was really surprised to see a lot of this stuff still here. You'll see what I mean in just a moment, but a lot of this stuff was priced in such a way that even the people that were just coming through, not resellers, looking for a deal, weren't going to find it here. Also, a lot of the inventory in this house was very plain and nothing really unique. Take a look at this Sony Bluray DVD player, brand new in the box. You can find a lot of these now, it's very common. But they wanted $189 for this, brand new, at this estate sale. You could see why things weren't selling as well as they'd hoped. I had mentioned that this estate sale really didn't have much in terms of inventory, so much so that they started pricing individual wires and things like these. In the closet, you're going to see that they even marked tape boxes 3 for $6, which is comparable to in-store. So if you were looking for a deal, like I mentioned before, still, even in this category, you weren't going to find it. Let's talk about decorative rocks. It's something that I always pass by because I thought the shipping was going to be astronomical and nobody's going to pay for it. But I was completely wrong. It is a concrete idea that you should not pass up. I was standing in line at an estate sale in San Diego, California, and I got talking to this fellow reseller. I had shared that I was there to buy media, DVDs, Blu-rays, which they had a ton of, when I looked at all the photos on estatesales.net. And she had mentioned, oh, I'm not here for any media or anything. I'm here for those decorative rocks. And I had no idea that there was any value in those. I said, really? She goes, oh yeah, my father was a geologist. And I learned all about those growing up, and I can just spot it by looking at it. What they sell it at the estate sale for, they don't know the different types of rocks, so they just sell it as a decorative price. I take these, I sell them on my website, I sell them on eBay for a significant markup, because people want to collect them. It opened up my eyes to completely a new category that I had never thought of before. Now granted, I don't know a lot about different rock types. I'm slowly learning because it's an untapped category. So don't take this information and get sentimental about it, but everybody else takes it for granted. Now I'm not finding too much in terms of selling a whole unit here in this section of the thrift store. But one thing that I've done in the past is part out certain machines to save on the shipping because people are looking to fix their machines that they already have rather than buy a whole new one. I remember having this snap circuits board as a kid. It was really cool. In the comments down below, let me know if you had one of these. Alright, you see all the Listerine and items that look like it should be in a Walgreens? Let me know in the comments down below if you think a store donated that, or an extreme couponer who wanted to make a little bit of money retail arbitrage style, try to sell it at the yard sale, and nobody bought it. I'd like to know. Post down below. One clock that I'm always on the lookout for is the bird singing clock that chimes on the hour. Each one of the numbers has a representation by a different bird, and when the chime goes, each hour is a different chirp, which is rather neat. A lot of people like to have that clock. I don't believe they make it anymore, which makes it a little bit more valuable. Always check the battery components before you buy, but usually you can make a pretty decent profit if you find one. My favorite category to resell is media, specifically DVDs and Blu-rays. And the second store had some, as you can see. I spared you by going through all of it, and found one DVD by Bob Ross, which teaches you how to paint if you're not familiar with Bob Ross. I actually sold it recently for $15 plus shipping, but it was an easy $2 buy. The one thing I like about these mystery bags that they put out is sometimes they don't actually know what they're putting in them, and they just price them by weight or commonality of the item. And to be very honest, you can find some hidden gems in them. You just have to take the time to look through all of them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to click that like button. And if you have some extra time, go ahead and check out some of these other episodes. Thanks!